What we're going to work on now is adding in the crossbar on the rosary. The crossbar is added in using a figure 8 knot. When you use the figure 8 knot, it looks very smooth, and it also allows your cross to be very sturdy. The arms aren't going to bend, and it's going to be a good looking, look like a single piece. Okay, so to do this, we're going to do the tabletop method, and we're going to start by taking our 24-inch piece, lying it out, and then we're going to take our rosary chaplet and put it over it. Now this rosary chaplet has the Our Father, and it has the top of the cross. Okay, so this is on top of the 24-inch piece. Okay, I'm going to put my finger in the middle and check the length to make sure they're about even. Good. Okay, and now the first thing I'm going to have to do in the actual cross is to make the S. I'm going to put my finger down, and I'll bring the piece that's on the left over into the top. I'm going to go under and get the piece on the right, bring it down and to the left. And if you look here, you'll see the letter S. Okay, now this piece is finished. I'm just going to move them out of the way a little bit. With this piece on the left, I need to make my script C. So I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to go under the rosary, the main body of the rosary. Then I'm going to come over and under for that curly Q on the top of the C. Can you see that there? The letter C. Alright, now keeping my hand in place, I'm going to tighten up my strings. And if I've done it correctly, you can see the figure 8. You see that figure 8? Okay. Now I'm going to check to make sure my ends are about even. And they're pretty good. I'm going to slide my knot up right against the top of the cross. Now this knot is not going to stay tight until I put on the next knot. And I'll show you that after we do our second example. Another way you can see that you've got this knot on correctly is you've got sort of an equal sign on the back and an X on the front. Alright, so let's try one more time. Alright, so it's taking that 24-inch piece, lying it down, putting the rosary over, check our ends to make sure we have them even. Okay, now it's time to make that S. Finger on the middle, part on the left, up and over to the right, part on the right, down under to the left. Okay, we can see our little S there. Finger in the middle. This guy's done. Let's get him out of the way. Okay, now time for our script C with the piece on the left. Under, over, under. Lovely script C. Let's tighten them up. And we're going to look to see if we've got that figure 8. Okay, now sometimes if one of these cords is pulled, it's not going to look like a figure 8. So make sure you pull the top and the bottom on the rosary chaplet to see that figure 8. Okay, I'm going to check my ends to make sure they're even. It's pretty good. We need a little bit off. The reason we want to make the ends pretty even is because we need enough to make a barrel, a quad barrel on each side. Alright, so remember I've got that X here, equal sign on the back. Okay, now I'm going to show you how tight that quad has to go next to this. Make sure none of the loops have jumped over each other because this has to be really good looking. Everybody hear our cat in the background? Needs attention. You know how cats are. Okay, so I want to get this knot as tight as possible against it. Okay, now because I can't yank two different directions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch the knot to get out any extra loose string. And give it a really good tug. Now I'm going to check by seeing if I can bend this, and I can't. So that's going to be a really good cross.